if we're being honest, Hardman is more the future. I don't think Robinson's going to be here next year.
No.
And I agree with you, Turner. I think that's what your name is. Sorry, man. I think when it comes down to it, is they should use him a lot more. I mean, we've seen him in the past. He can go up and track balls, and I think that's very perfect for our offense. But we haven't really been using him. I am convinced you can use him in a way that's going to help. But it seems like they just keep putting players over him. I don't know if it's the playbook is too hard, as we've been told for many years. Like JP has said, this is a Stephen King novel. So I think when it comes down to it, it'll be interesting to see how it moving forward. But
you know what? I don't want to cut you off, but that's kind of bullshit too. The playbook is very hard. It's a very hard playbook to understand. But we're not utilizing Eric Bieniemy is not utilizing that playbook to its full potential. So, and Josh is an extremely intelligent individual.
Oh yeah.
So I guarantee you, he could go out in this bullshit that we've been playing, and this vanilla offense that we've been playing, and go out there and snag balls all day long. I don't know why he's not out there. I don't get it. This is some kind of, I don't know what it is, but this is another problem that needs to be addressed. And I agree with him. He should be out there playing more. By this week, he should be playing more. By week 8 and 9, he should be across from Tyreek all the time. I'm sorry, but that's where he should be. Yes.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's a frustration. We can't do that question. Okay. So Mr. Robert B said just talk about Nick Bolton. So we're gonna do something for you, Robert. We're gonna talk about Nick Bolton for a little bit.
Love Nick Bolton.
JP, how impressed are you with Nick Bolton so far?
Man, seasoned veteran style play. This guy brings it on every single down. And you can tell this guy is watching film. He lives and breathes film. He lives and breathes the game of football. He has come out and played so well in every game he has been in. Yes, has he missed a tackle or two? Who hasn't?
But he was actually a linebacker that can push through and get some tackle.
God,
I was like,
man.
Wow.
Dude,
I was like, man, this man is coming after Henry with a vengeance.
Oh.
I mean, him and Thornhill did not care today.
No.
If we're being honest.
No, they did not. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm going to say this straight up. If it wasn't for Bolton and if it wasn't for Thornhill, Henry would have had 175 yards. Easy. Those guys put the clamp down.
Mm-hmm.
They put the clamp down. Those two dudes there, when Thornhill should have been in there week 1, week 2 on, and Bolton just, to me, is one of the best in the league right now, in my opinion. The dude is a beast, a rookie beast. That was one, in my opinion, the steal of the draft. I don't know what anybody else wants to say. Steal the draft, right there. So
I agree. I think Nick Bolton just showed us we have a future. We have the next Derek Johnson. So
that's who we have right there. That's exactly who we have.
The next question is from Henry Matthews, and his question is, longtime listener to the show, is Brett Veach is sub at the trade deadline, looking forward towards next year. I have not seen Brett Veach make a move at the deadline yet, and I will be surprised if he does at this point, if we're just being honest. That's all I'm going to say.
I think there's one move to be made. I don't know if it's going to be a trade or it's going to be a free agent. I think there will be a trade from what I'm hearing, but a lot of it's going to depend on, look, desperation moves never get us anywhere. And teams right now are going to be asking for everything because they know we need them. So they're going to ask for everything. I'm not big on giving up a bunch of draft capital, unless it's
at
honestly.
This point, though, can we get someone? I'm not saying we're going to get Aaron Donald, but can we get someone who's maybe a mini guy like him that can push through?
We probably could. I mean, there's one guy in particular that I would love to have, and I'll say back at this point.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And that could happen. And if it does, that would be a tremendous help. Tremendous help. Money reasons caused him to not be here. And if he comes back, that would be a huge help. And if we can get that, make that happen, then woo, that would be great. And hopefully it can. And he can step right in because he knows everything about this defense. So hopefully that can happen. But I think there's something that's going to happen. I do believe that. So we'll just have to see. But
I agree with you. You want to wrap it up to one more question before we go? We got a bunch of retweets.
Yeah.
Where do I see this? Okay, this is an interesting one. It's from Michael. Where do I start? My primary question would be, what has happened to the team that we saw a few years ago to now? Have they been figured out, or is this something internally that we don't know about? Weird. I don't expect a Super Bowl appearance every year, but be competitive. I think Michael brings up a very good question. That's something we allude to on the show every single week, basically, at this point. But yeah, we don't want them. We want them to go to Super Bowl, but what we've seen is they're not being competitive. They're losing the teams who either are equally good to them or just as good. And I think in the past, we put the Chiefs on a pedestal, and we're just now seeing what really happens if a GM or coach makes a bad move, how terribly it can derail your season. So what I would say to you, Michael, is just keep the faith. And I have a feeling this team can turn around. There is, I think, 9 games left in the season. Not 9 or maybe 10. We got 10 games left in the season.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs can figure it out. But that's a great question. I mean, this is the team. Even if the team were old, I feel like we wouldn't have lost that bad, if we're being honest, with Alex Smith. So.
Yeah, this is an internal issue. This isn't a player issue. I mean, to a degree, it's some player issue, but it's a personnel issue. It's an internal issue that needs to be fixed. I've said that for the last 5 shows, I guess, and they've yet to fix it. It sounds like they're getting ready to. I don't know when.
I hope so.
One I heard may come up soon. One maybe at the end of the season, but this is definitely an internal issue. If they want to salvage this season at all, they better figure out a way of limiting these internal issues or limiting the participants within that issue. And how should I say this? And move forward. I guess I should put it that way. Mm-hmm. Also utilize the players that they have that they know can play. I mean, you've got players that are hungry, that know the system, that have been within the system, that are standing there dying to get out on the field, and they can make a difference, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And you have also offensive guys that can play as well, and they're not being utilized. I think that is a big problem. You know, when we had Sammy out on offense, when he was out there, he was a great distraction. He even said it himself. He was a distraction for Tyreek and for Kelsey. We have a guy out, you know, that's not only a distraction, but has phenomenal hands and is fast and it can bowl people over, and he's not being utilized. And in this crappy ass vanilla offense that we've been running for the last 6 weeks, we should be able to utilize this guy now, especially. I mean, this is his third week with us and Josh. So I was told he was going to be more involved in this game.
You would think he would be.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what went backwards, because usually when they say something like that and they tell me that, it usually comes true. And in fact, they told me how many times. In fact, I told you and it came exactly right the first 2 times. And then this time it was just when asked backwards for some reason. I don't know if this is in fact, I know where it's coming from. I just don't know why they're doing it. And I don't know if this is a ego thing or if it is I don't know what it is. To me, it feels like an ego thing. To me. An ego thing and a depth chart thing. That's what it feels like to me. Yep. And that's got to stop. If it doesn't stop, we're never going to get anywhere. And if these coaches think that they are above everybody else, they're fucking wrong, because they're not. Andy says one thing every single time he brings someone in, every time he has an OTA or whatever the case is, check your ego at the door. He needs to tell these freaking coaches to do the same shit. Check your freaking ego at the door, because it's not getting us anywhere. Andy doesn't have an ego. He just doesn't. Andy's one of the most humble guys on the planet.
That's why players love him.
Yeah, he's been through it. And, you know, you'll hear some people say he has an ego. That's bullshit. He doesn't. People can say what they want. He doesn't have an ego. I've never heard, other than somebody a couple people that have never met the man once, say he had an ego. Mm-hmm. But everybody that I know that's met him said he has no ego. I have not yet been able to meet him, but I hope to one day. I know the vice president of the Eagles, and to this day, he says Andy was the guy was just the most kind-heartedest person and the most humble person he'd ever met. So it just is what it is.
Yeah, you know? It is.
But
that was an interesting show. I will say that.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly enough, I stayed calm. I don't know what happened.
I mean, I was the one that was kind of letting it go.
I know, and I'm kind of glad you did, because I was at a point of, you know, it was so sad because they actually switched the game there was like 5 minutes left, and they actually switched to another game here.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they switched to another game.
Because I live up north, and they were still playing the game, and we were in tornado warning, so I was just looking out the window watching the game, trying to figure out, okay, what's going to happen. And I was like, well, it is what it is. So.
Yeah, they just completely shut it off. They figured, this shit's over with, so they just shut it off and went to another game. And that's when I think it was I don't know who it was, Atlanta, somebody, I don't know, but then I saw the ticker at the bottom showing the Ravens getting the shit kicked out of them, and that made me feel good. You know, it was nice to see. I haven't seen any other scores. I haven't really cared to see any other scores. To be honest, I do care, but I haven't really looked. I don't know who even played early games today. So on the AFC side. So anyway, I would just say keep your eyes open and watch out, because the deadline's coming up, and I think things are going to change pretty quick. I think we're going to see some things coming, you know, so.
Yeah.
With that being said, you got anything else, bro?
Nah, man, I'm just saying, hey, guys, I understand these losses hurt, but one thing I always have told myself is, look, at the end of the day, if the Chiefs win, great. If they lose, I still got to go to work tomorrow. So,
yep.
AP knows this. So just don't try to let the loss dictate your mood, because sports is very wishy-washy. Think one day it can be you on cloud 9, and the next day you at the bottom of the dump. So just put your faith into something else into the day, and just, you know, it'll be all right regardless what happens.
That's the truth. I mean, it is what it is. You know, you just got to change. You just got to know that this is, you know, we still have the best quarterback in football. I know he doesn't look like it right now, but we do. And we still have arguably the best head coach in football, and things will get turned around. It's just going to take a little bit of changes, you know. That's just it. With that being said, that's all we got. We will talk to you again Thursday, and we got a giveaway coming up. We're going to put it out hopefully tonight.
Should we though, man? I mean, some of the fans were a little mean this time. Nah, we should.
Nah.
Let's brighten up Chiefs Kingdom. Let's do it.
No, we got to brighten them up, man. And plus, it's a good giveaway on a good day for that particular giveaway. So let's do that one tonight, because we got to do it tonight anyway because of what the day is. So we'll put that one out tonight. I'll get this show aired fairly quickly, and but you guys got to listen to the show for the code word. What do you want to make the code word, dude?
Lightning. Code word lightning.
Code word lightning. All right, that's the code word lightning. So Caleb went through a tornado warning, so we're gonna call it lightning.
It wasn't fun seeing the Chiefs lose and look out the window like, oh no, what's gonna happen? So,
yep.
Everything works out. So
it does. All right, guys. Well, listen to the show, and code word again, lightning, and we will talk to you Thursday. Peace out.
See you next time, Chiefs Kingdom. God bless.